rematches do they still have?
They still have 2 because they lost to Amp on their rematch yesterday. So I think if Goo drops a single set now, they're gone. DOV they
DOV, I think, is in it regardless.
no,
Win
they're
or
not.
lose.
They're tied with Galaxy right now. It's basically DOV and Galaxy fighting for 6th seed. Unless Olympic drops the ball really hard, which is possible. But Olympic is ahead in wins with having played fewer games, or not ahead in wins, tied in wins with fewer games played. So Olympic is kind of the supposed 5th seed, but they still have 3 sets to play. 3 sets to play, yeah.
Yeah, 3.
They've got 2 this week and 1 next week. So
Looks like everybody's just about ready. And then order. Looks like Rusty's staying in the jungle. Mike having issues. It's not battle backs.
it's totally Battlebecks. All right, well we're into pick ban for game 3. Woohoo!
Game 3, yay! Another game I have to do stats for. Boo! See, that's the reason I like 2-game series, because 2-game series I can only do 2 games. 3-game series I have to go back and forth twice. You should Ergot. Irelia.
Yep, the Urgot ban I think is a good choice.
Yeah, after that series that Clovers played with it, it was pretty insane.
Yeah, hopefully we get to see Clovers on more of a carry pick. Scion was good, played well, but I think with the rest of the map faltering, they really want Clovers to be able to put some pressure up top and really bring something over.
I will say, compared to last season, though, I'm kind of surprised to see Clovers on tanks. That's one thing I actually did not expect. Because did she always play tanks, or was she always like the weird pick or carries?
Yeah, she played a mixture. She would do tanks or juggernauts.
I guess I don't remember many tanks, at least from when I played against her. But then again, we did have a series where they picked Rakan, so.
Yeah.
Is RPT in what sense, though? Alistair. You can see these. They have a shot at second. Are they in third now?
Yeah, Battlecast is in second.
3-0. Oops, that's what I wanted. Standings. Holy crap. I did not notice that.
Yep, Battlecast is pretty strong these days.
So the TPR won their game before, right? Or did they lose?
Today?
Yeah.
TPR lost.
I was gonna say, because they didn't lose today, there's actually a 3-way shot for a second.
Yeah.
But right now, there's a 3-way shot for the bottom 3 teams. So 5, 6, and 7. That'll be really fun. DOV, Galaxy, and OGG.
Yep.
All fighting for the top 6.
This pick ban is really interesting so far because the Kaiser got stolen away by Goo. Hecarim for Alaha again, not going for anything else, and Malzahar for the Zog, I think. So far of this, I think I favor DOV a little bit on this comp, just
Hmm.
because I think the Tristana is good for soccer, and I think Zog on the Mauls was pretty effective.
The only thing that'll be interesting is the Kaisa Alistair versus Trish Lulu, because while Lulu can silence the Alistair, if he is quick enough, they can burst on the Lulu pretty quickly before she really is able to do anything.
Yeah.
So honestly, I think it's pretty standard. The band's pretty standard. The Alawi is weird. I don't know who plays Alawi.
Clovers plays Alawi.
Huh. I guess I've never seen her play that before.
No, she plays it an okay amount.
Ah,
She played it last season. She's played it this season. Um,
easy.
we could potentially see her play something like the Renekton. Clovers does play Renekton, so that would be interesting. Um,
Actually, would not mind seeing that. It's been a while since we've seen her in Acton.
or the Poppy. Clovers is a big fan of Poppy and plays it very aggressively. Sometimes goes AD on it. So not a true carry pick, but Clovers on the Poppy, definitely a scary prospect.
Fun fact: Poppy, like Malphite, is a champion that you can get away with going Triforce on.
Sometimes.
Sounds stupid, but it does work.
Yeah. And I think Clovers does. I know the last time I played Clovers, she went, I think, Triforce Sterix and then went tank after that, but it was pretty scary. She popped off. She was like 9-0 at some point. It was crazy. So we'll see if that happens again. It's going to be going up into a Scion.
That actually is a really scary Goo comp. That is a lot of I'm running at your face and you're gonna die.
Yeah, that's very Goose style though, where it's just full aggro. Lots of options for them.
However, I will say, especially even after this Trundle pick, they actually did really well at countering that engage.
Yeah,
Poppy can just ult them back. Malzahar can just ult whoever comes in, and Lulu can just ult whoever they go on. So they have a lot of ways of surviving that all in. The biggest question will be is if they can stop Echo or Hecarim from one-shotting whoever they go on. So
yeah,
generally they're only really going to be able to kill Malzahar or Trist, and I guess Lulu. So basically the bottom side of the map. But any of those people, I think, are pretty big picks in my opinion, regardless of who you get. Just really being one of the only range carries that can actually do anything with her range. Lulu, you kill her, they can't really keep anyone alive unless they just use the Poppy ult. I guess with Mel's Poppy and Trundle, you could still fight even with Lulu gone. So you probably want to just kill Mel's and Trist over Lulu. Trundle's armor shred pretty OP.
yeah. Especially into like a one true tank comp like Goose. The Alistar can be pretty tanky, but Scion is really the only like hard true tank. Um,
Yeah, and you're
Trundle.
really only gonna get the stats from Alistair if he ults when you ult.
He doesn't even get Alistar doesn't even get stats when he ults. It's just flat damage reduction.
Uh, I wasn't sure if it worked like that.
Yep. No, it's just he just gets damage reduction and doesn't give him stats to give him that. He just gets it. So
Hmm.
so really Scion gonna be the primary target for Trundle to ult here, and it should be pretty effective. It's gonna give him a lot of healing and a lot of resistances. So I think that seems like a decent pick up. I don't know how well it trades into Hecarim. I think Hecarim can probably win those duels, but
Yeah, early on it's a pretty even trade. It's more it's more of like who's actually well I guess they're just both auto attackers, so you don't have to worry about landing spells. It's just it actually is pretty even.
yeah,
I wanna say maybe Hecarim only because his Q is faster than Trundle's. So that'd be like the only reason why.
sure. What do you want to do for our bet this game?
How about total objectives? Because there seems to be a lot of objectives in this series.
Oh, you're counting towers or just like neutral objectives?
Let's do neutral because I guess both are pretty heavy. They get towers, and I think last game there was 4 dragons, and the game before that there was 4.
So what do you want to? Let's say 7.5 neutral objectives.
Let's do 6.5. Just because there can be that chance of no barons taken, or even just one.
Yeah, I mean Herald counts as well though.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, let's do 7. 7.5 is good. 5, yes.
Good
Actually,
not
did you
fetch
ever end that on a
contest.
1?
Say what?
Did you ever end that on a 1, actually?
Yep.
I did. Did I win that one? I must have. I got more points.
Yep.
Huh. I can't remember if I bet over or under. I guess I must have bet over.
Probably.
Got me my points. Come on, put it in.
I'm trying. I tried and it glitched out. It said it couldn't fetch.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. We're waiting. Like that person in line that just like sits there and takes like 20 minutes to look through their purse, then another 10 minutes to look for their money, and then another 10 minutes to put everything back instead of moving away, and then putting it back in their purse. It's like, why do you gotta do it there after you're done? You already made everybody that long just to find your stuff. Let's go. Say we decide 3 dragons, 1 herald, 4. Yes, barons, dragons, and rift heralds. Any neutral objective that's not a tower.
Yep.
I think I'm still gonna go under this game. That under.
Scuttle is not an objective.
No, scuttle is not
No.
because you can't count scuttles. You can count rifts, barons, and tower. Can't count scuttles.
Something that spawns in either the dragon or the baron pit.
Neutral objectives. The scuttle is only an objective for those teams that for some reason like to battle over it.
Let's team fight over a scuttle at 2 minutes.
Then let's team fight on the opposite side. And when that one spawns. Nobody's gonna bet on this? Come on, people. Bet. Bet. Everybody bet.
30 seconds until
I need more points than to just split what me and King D are doing. Bet on the thing. Bet on the thing.
What is the bet? Over under 7.5 neutral objectives the entire game. That is anything that spawns inside the Baron or Dragon pit. So Baron, Rift Herald, Dragons.
minions have spawned.
You bet 200 points. Stop betting under. Somebody bet over.
Could you maybe get out of the way?
Somebody bet over so I win the whole thing.
All right, let's do a quick dive into runes real quick. Clovers did take Grasp on the Poppy. If Clovers was going AD, I would expect to see Airy instead of Grasp. So Clovers
Bet
likely
over.
going tank.
Hey, if Son only bets over 1, what would that relate to if he actually won the over? Would he just win everything we'll bet on?
I'm pretty sure whatever your percentage of the pool from your side is how much of the enemy's pool you get for how much they betted.
Gosh, so he would get loaded even if he got only 1
All right,
point.
I think if it was 1 against 1,000, or yeah, against like 10,000. If one person did 1 point and they're the only person on that side, and there was 10,000 across 10 people from the other side, I'm pretty sure that 1 point vote would still get all of it. I'm not positive though, because the system doesn't really say how it works. It just does.
Yeah.
But I've gathered that the payout is not. It doesn't just double what you put in. It is based on.
Yeah, based on the pool.
Yeah.
And that's. What Poppy skin is that?
That is Hextech Poppy.
I don't think I've ever seen that skin. That skin looks awesome.
It really is. It's from the chests, from like the gemstones. Similar to that Alistar skin.
So this is something you're never gonna get.
Yeah, I am one gemstone away until I can get that skin, and I'm like really excited because it's like all I want. But every time I open up a chest these days, all I get is champion shards. I'm like, I own every champion. This is worthless for me. But as Xyland is going for a really aggressive engage, Soccer gonna get dove here. Might fall down, but the heal's been used already. Now Death Day looking for something more. Not gonna find it.
I don't think I've seen Alistair land one combo so far. At least a couple that I saw.
He's gotten at least one. Let's be fair.
Not on screen. Because the only two that I've seen has been him flashing and then headbutting them away.
Yeah, Rusty Squeezebox gonna be in a little trouble. Actually, he's really surprised he even flashed there. He got the movement speed from that scuttle. So I don't know why he felt the need to flash away. I'm pretty sure he was out fine, but he stole the blue buff, so that's always good.
Yeah, he probably just thought he was in danger because of the Echo, regardless of the speed buff. Echo being also a stupid champion of ridiculous speed, so he probably just thought maybe he had that slight chance of getting on him. But
Possibly.
did still get away. And honestly, even if he didn't flash, I still think he would have been fine even not flashing because he still had the speed boost from his W, which is still pretty broken.
It is pretty strong,
Regardless
yeah.
if he got the speed from the scuttle.
Yeah. Enemy Scion was there, but I don't think Scion was quite close enough to make any kind of difference there. So
he wasn't in range by the time he got up.
yeah, Clover's is taking a lot of unnecessary damage right now.
Yeah. I just hope they're doing okay. The last game did seem kind of weird. This game. Hopefully they're able to reset and just play like normal. Keep playing how you were from the first game.
Yeah.
Although I will say they are playing with 2 technically subs. So I'm not sure who their main shot caller generally is.
Oh, you mean DoV?
Yeah.
I don't think they've played with a full starting lineup once this entire season.
Yeah, I know that I've been struggling actually on both sides, like pink and blue. Actually, until I joined blue, they haven't, I guess, had a starting top laner in a while. So
Yeah.
that seems to be like one of the roles they've been looking for, is top lane.
It's hard to find good top laners this season, man. No one wants to
last
do it.
season, literally last season, like, even here, like, even though it was still this season technically, last season for us, if we were stacked. Now it's like nobody wants to play top lane anymore all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And it really has not changed. Honestly, like, from mid-season till now, I actually think top lane's gotten better. So a lot of the tanks feel much nicer to play. They're all pretty much the same. The only thing that's kind of annoying is more so the fighters. But even still, most of the fighters have even gone to mid lane. They're not even top lane anymore.
Yeah. It definitely is more so tanks right now. I think the hard part is a lot of people top feels a little bit less impactful than it has in a long time. I think a lot of it is the nerfs to TP that they did. You know, trying to get TP off AD carries instead of buffing what AD carries want to take. They just nerf what everyone else wants to take. Or not even everyone else, just top laners. Yeah. And it didn't even stop AD carries from taking teleport. Like, it just, they still kept taking it, so.
Yeah, I mean, even if tanks are less impactful, I mean, that's like what the role is. Like I've told people, you're basically an inflated support. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that is a lot of damage onto Rusty Squeezebox. They're going to be able to get a kill for themselves there. First blood over to Goo.
But yeah, you're basically just an inflated support that plays in the solo lane. So, I mean, really all your job is to do top lane is to just kind of sit there and start things.
Right, but I mean, to me it feels Like top lane is even less useful than it was last season or even like the first half of this season.
Oh yeah, well last season, yeah, because last season was like fighter season. That was like let's just play anything that's strong and beat people to death.
Wasn't it the Ardent at the end? It was all tanks.
It was Ardent. It was kind of a mix of both, but towards the end it was like mostly fighters.
I don't remember the fighters. All I remember is tanks because it was Ardent. I don't remember the fighters at all.
Hmm. Last season, right, or like mid-season?
Last season, like Worlds last season time.
Oh yeah, last season it was tanks.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, last league season, not our season.
Yeah.
And mid-season though was definitely fighters.
I guess there was still kind of a good mix though, even then, because I think back then I think Jace was still a thing. So like he was. Still
Jace was
playing.
the oh man, look, I can punish these tanks, and then they just were useless late game anyways, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
The only person that was pulling off Jace was Khan.
Yeah. I was actually talking to somebody else about him before. I was like, I really want to start playing Jace again, but because like I see him a lot, and then again like this next patch, like all of a sudden there's more Jace even though nothing happened to him. But I still don't know what to think about him because I really want to play him because I do miss playing him, but there's just too many tanks to really play him into.
Yeah.
And then especially with Poppy being a thing, like she pretty much negates everything that he does if she W's.
Yeah.
So, and then the armor reduction also from the W. Well, not really armor reduction, or is it armor that she gets?
It gives her 10% increased armor and MR. We are going to see a gank on to Orcapin, but he might just be stalling out long enough for Alaha and White to get here, as here comes the Hecarim. He's trying to get in. He is going to get knocked out by the ultimate, though, but lots of damage is going to be coming from Echo. He's got his first kill now. He wants to chase forward, go for possibly another, but with the TP from Zog, he's going to stop there at a 1-for-0.
A really good counter gank. Hecarim coming in from behind. Sorry, as the Trundle came up, and he's actually going to even still be able to go further and kill the Trundle. So
Yeah.
Never did use Ghost there. It looks like they're going to be able to get this top tower too.
Yeah, really good job from Goo Factory. They got a solid roam off there. A good bait from Orcapin trying to get that in. DoV just...
Mid's...
Go ahead.
Sorry. Gallia mid's always been really good though. Like
It
even when it
has.
first came.
It's still pretty good. It's not as strong as it used to be, but he's still
It's still
pretty
really
decent.
good, though.
Yeah.
It's just nobody plays Galio in our league. So. Like I was actually talking to Zog about it before, and he was like I don't know what is. He still hasn't really told me like what his thing is against Galio. So like I guess he just like doesn't play Galio. I was like,
It doesn't really
Galio's
seem like his style.
Yeah, which I can see, but I just always thought like even when I first played Galio, he was just like a brain dead easy champion to learn.
I disagree. I think he's actually got a really skill cap.
Yeah, I guess with his ult, but that's like the only thing.
His ult seems like his ult is pretty simple. His E is also pretty simple. I think that his W is... A lot of people use his W wrong. And they'll just like get the charge off and just like let it go as soon as it's at max charge. But it's actually best to just sit there and hold it for a long time and let your team do stuff while you're like unkillable because you have all the damage reduction. And nobody does that. Not at least at this elo.
Well, will she still get the damage reduction letting it go, or because it sits on you for,
when
like, a
if you
split
hit
second
somebody, you get it. I'm pretty sure if you hit somebody, it increases it. But you also get it if you just hold it, right? So either way, you're gonna get it. But Mango Crow gonna get engaged on, goes down to the Hecarim as they're also getting the fear onto Soccer as well. That explosive charge not gonna help him out, and Rengar does get taken down by the tower. But still a 2-for-1 for Goo.
It was really good Hecarim volley. He was able to get the Tristana, and then on top of that, get behind her so that when the fear went off, she would just walk back towards the team and wasn't able to do anything. So, and actually, for once again, we got to see Xylandis land a combo. Yay!
Congrats, Xylandis.
Even though it was a point-blank flash Q, which is kind of weird. You technically didn't need to flash there, but did still get it off. So, got it off. Hecarim went in, killed the Lulu, and went for the Trist, killed the Trist.
Yeah.
So, Hecarim is looking pretty strong right now.
Yeah, he's definitely having a solid game, much better than game one went for him. And game one wasn't even that bad.
Yeah, it was mostly just kind of misplays from Goo's side. A lot of really weird team fighting that even DoV had some of that and still were able to come out on top and win game one. So
Yeah.
there were a lot of times I actually thought like DoV like should have been losing that, but somehow still won it.
Right. Top lane's going pretty fun. Still just trading evenly back and forth. Sion does have a lot easier access to a shield, which helps him a lot in these trades. Poppy typically wants to take a trade, wait for the passive to come back up, get the shield again, take a trade again, whereas Sion can really just...
Yeah, I was also going to say, too, I think he just has more of that raw damage, too, versus where Poppy only has her 1Q. So, like, he's got his E and then auto attacks.
And
like,
his W.
Yeah, and his Q, so it's
yeah.
like...
He has a lot more easy access. Now, Poppy's Q is on a pretty short cooldown, so can trade a little bit more often, but into 3 spells that damage, that's going to be difficult, so unless...
Including CC.
Yeah. So unless Poppy's finding any kind of walls to engage onto, the damage not going to quite be on par with the Sion. Rengar, though, chasing this Lulu all the way, actually forcing out the overgrowth, going to be ulting away himself. Didn't want to get caught up by a Malzahar ult or anything silly like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Decent play, but I don't know if he needed to ult himself out of that.
No, I think he was fine. He was definitely just worried about the Malzahar ult, but it never... But it never ended up coming out. Clover's, though, trading pretty strong here, but Rengar looking like he's going to go in again. The Polymorph straight into the Malzahar ult, and now he doesn't have ult, so he's going to go down as the engage from Alistar. Not going to be enough to save him. That one was a little aggro.
Yeah, just a tad bit. When you're afraid of it the first time, you'd think you'd still be afraid of it the second time.
Right. You should be more so now than you were earlier. Especially being under a tower. That was definitely way too aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah, Sean, that's Rengar. He does that a lot. He likes to play a little aggro. A lot of times, probably when he shouldn't be.
If he just turns his head around, forward will now be what used to be backwards. And then he can say he still just goes forward, and he won't be lying.
Actually, never heard that one before.
Neither have I.
Yeah, what do you call a fake noodle?
Cyril's old mid laner.
And then pasta. That too. Since his name was Noodle.
Yeah.
I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, I think one of the big things in these games, game 2 and 3, the ones that Goo are currently in strong control of, is I think having white on an assassin is really helpful for them, because the Rise pick was a little bizarre in game 1, but the Akali and the Echo definitely more in line.
And he seems to also be playing much further up now with these assassins versus Rise, when he was like I even said in a couple of those team fights, like he literally just like walked up and then walked away, like he didn't throw out any abilities.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the game he did, but like there's a couple times he like ran into people and just kind of walked away afterwards, didn't even try to do anything.
Right.
So whether it's just uncomfortability with the champion.
Yeah, I would say it's comfort on the assassin style.
Yeah, and Rise also, I will also say, is pretty hard.
Oh yeah, Rise is very difficult. Not an easy champion to play. Especially if it's not something that you really
when
play.
You figure out how to use them, but
yeah,
his combos can be weird. This top lane is very fun to watch.
it is. I actually like this lane. I like playing this lane, and I like watching this lane, because it's very interesting to see how the different characters play around each other.
Yeah.
Because Poppy has to get like point blank, and that gives a lot of options over to the Sion. But Probably can
Son
also
actually
juke the
having a
Q
flash
quite a
one
bit.
there.
Yeah, Clover's though in a little bit of trouble. Gonna
Oh no!
miss the ult. The turret did fall. Which means first tower going over to Goo.
That was actually quite the juke. He looked like he was gonna go for the poppy, then went for the tower, and then just walked away.
Just one shot the tower. But White in a little bit
Wow.
of trouble. Got a lot of damage off though.
Unfortunate he did not have full belt there, otherwise
Yeah, but he's gonna
he
try and go
would've-
back in, but the
Oh
overgrowth is there
no!
and the ultimate for himself. Sadly, there was no polymorph. Otherwise, they would have been able to get a kill.
Yeah, I haven't really. I don't know if Mango's even familiar with Lulu as well, but I haven't even really seen her use the polymorph either. There's been quite a few times, even with the Hecarim, being right on top of them, or like even like in the middle of them, and I just like I don't know if she's using it on the Trist like beforehand or what it is, but I just haven't seen it go off on really anybody that's been playing that far up. So
Yeah, it's weird because sometimes you have to choose, right? Do you want to give your AD carry a big attack speed buff, or do you want to make the enemy not exist for a second and a half?
uh-oh.
Yeah, White is going to be fine. Looks like we might see another Grand Herald play. Goo trying to defend this. They are going to be able to get the eye, though, and kill it before it does too much damage. Not losing their base off of it. That's always good.
Yeah, compared to the last game. At least this time they did attempt to kill it. And yeah, her polymorph is weird, but I don't know. I guess being a very heavy Lulu player in the past, I always thought it was one of those abilities you were just kind of used. Like once you know the champion, it's really easy to like just decide like which one to use. Because
Yeah.
the team fights generally, while the attack speed is nice, if there's somebody that's gonna kill them, you just always want to silence them. Whereas
Yeah.
like if you're starting to fight, then you give them the speed boost. Which with Hecarim and Echo and Kaisa, so all three people that can technically have potential to one-shot somebody. Generally, you just want to silence them.
Right. Take them out of the fight for a few seconds. Very good at doing that. Mango's going to try and run away from White. But the
nice.
Hecarim
Oh, no!
ult to follow, I think with that, he's going to be able to get himself a kill. Sheen procs are pretty strong there, so that's going to help Goo even more. They're sitting almost 4K ahead right now. It's getting pretty close.
Pretty much more ahead.
Yeah. Clover's finally starting to get the advantage in this matchup because, again, Sion's damage, while he does have 3 spells, those 3 spells eventually start doing as much, especially into a character like Poppy, whereas Poppy's, since it is max health and on such a short cooldown, can really spam it and get a lot off.
Yeah, which is interesting too, because especially even after looking at Clover's build before she bought the Sheen, like she had less items than what the Scion did. Like he had Tabi's Sunfire and then the Warden's Mail. She only had boots, cloth armor, bombies, and then Righteous.
Yeah.
Tristana dead here.
Yeah, not going to be able to get out
away.
CC'd for just a little bit too long, but the rest of DoV are here. They're going to
Turn
try
it.
and get
All the
something off
signs
on.
here.
The Nethergrass is going to help out a lot,
Double
but the Poppy
knockout.
ult actually gets canceled in the middle of his charge, which means no one's going to be able to knock the team out of here. Another good engage from the All-Star. He's able to get that off. Now Clover's running away as well. The Hammer Shock not going to be enough to get anything done. He falls down as Goo going to be able to find this turret.
Oh, he tried to get there to heal him in time, but I actually think if he did use it, he would have been okay, but
Yeah, I think Kaiser could have used heal there.
yeah, probably just wasn't sure. Do the walls block your heal, or can you use it over the wall?
It's AoE.
Okay.
It targets, I think, either the nearest person or the nearest low health target, or you can just click on them and it'll target them.
Yeah.
It's not a projectile or anything like that yet, so it's just...
Well, I just wasn't sure, like, even if you didn't target them, if they were at least in range, if
Yes,
they were over the wall.
it would.
Still have...
Yeah, because they're still in the circle.
Okay.
Like, you could... Back when Vlad's Q or E was just a multi-target AoE, you could hit people over the wall with it. Because they would still be in the circle. I missed that move. I liked it so much more than his current E.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool, but at the same time, this one definitely, I feel, makes him more balanced than what that one was. That one was
Yeah,
pretty stupid.
it was pretty fun though, because I mean, you actually had to you had to manage it really well instead of just being like, do I want to instant cast or charge it? Right? It was just like you had to
Yeah.
keep your stacks up, right? And if your stacks were too high, you'd be losing too much health. But if they were too low, you wouldn't be doing enough damage. So it was like a really good trade off of like how you're actually managing yourself. But
Even if
well,
you do instantly let it go, though, you still get the same damage, don't you? Like,
no.
just letting it go.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
I
when
thought it was
you
the same.
yeah, no,
At least once you get items.
it amps up damage quite a bit. You have to charge it up for good damage on Vlad now.
Hmm.
And it's
Stream 160 points.
a
Yay.
projectile now, so it will stop on minions, and it's not as good for wave clear as the old one was. But
Yeah.
I
Oh, yeah,
digress.
no, for sure. That's probably the one thing I will say that I at least like about this new E is you can like one-shot entire waves.
It takes a
I mean,
while.
I
though.
get, yeah, I guess you could still do it with the old one.
You
'Cause
could,
would,
yeah.
That one you would just instantly press it.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have to like position yourself in the wave because it would just target them all and go.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
pretty solid.
Now I kind of remember the full E. Okay, the old E was actually pretty good.
I love his oldie, yeah.
The only thing, was it? Could you use it over walls? I don't remember ever being
It
able to
would-
use it over walls.
It would. I'm pretty sure it would even target like people in bushes that you couldn't see. I'm pretty sure
Hmm.
because it's just it hits everybody in this circle around you.
Yeah.
But no Vladimir's in this game.
Yeah, just talking about another champion. That's cool.
It's a little bizarre that Death Day went for the Rage Blade and then a Hydra or not Hydra, Hurricane.
Hydra,
Yeah,
Kaisa.
Hydra, Kaiza. That might be worse than the
I don't even think you
Abyssal
can
Mascaran.
get Kaisa because it's a melee only.
Yeah. Well, that's why it would be worse.
Yeah.
But,
Dude, that's another thing I missed. Remember when you could get that on ranged people? And it would like proc off the Ash auto attacks, so like you would get Hydra like on Ash and then it would proc the slow off the Hydra when you were autoing. It was actually ridiculous.
I do not remember that now.
You don't remember that?
No.
Yeah, Hydra for a very short time before they actually finally changed it to melee only. You could actually purchase it on ranged characters and it would proc off their autos. So like that was like the thing to do, which is what kind of started the whole Hurricane thing. Because Hurricane actually used to be like considered like, even though like
Oh,
some
Hurricane
people
was
thought it
trash
was good,
before.
yeah, it was garbage.
It was bad, yeah.
But then people found out that it procced with like the old Hydra before they made it melee only, so they were going like Hurricane Hydra.
That I
and it would,
remember.
Like, proc off, yeah, that would proc off like everything.
Yeah, that one was. Yeah, I think I do remember that.
It was pretty insane.
I remember the days when Tiamat didn't build into anything. It was just Tiamat.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Those were fun times.
That was another kind of useless item. I mean, it was good, but at the same time useless. Like, Tiamat, yay.
Since it never built anything, yeah, it was useless.
Yeah.
Just a pretty big chunk of gold that just wasn't that efficient.
But to be fair, again, there wasn't really too many other items you can get for wave players, so it was either that or build Bomby Cinder.
Bombies wasn't
Sunfire.
around then. It was just
Yeah,
Sunfire, yeah.
Sunfire, or there's one more other item. I guess you could go. Thornmail. I don't think did that back then, or did it do that stuff back then?
It still did damage reflection, but it didn't do the healing reduction.
Yeah.
Its damage reflection used to be better, actually. It's pretty bad now.
Oh yeah, no. Compared to what it was, it was broken. Like you would actually commit suicide auto attacking somebody that had Thornmail back then.
Yeah.
Now it's just kind of there. Like it helps, but it doesn't help. What was that other
Team's turret has been destroyed.
life drain item? Not Blade of the Ruined King, but it was like something else. It was like a fist that you bought on like everybody to like shred HP because it gave you like HP shred.
Madrid's Razor?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one. I missed that one.
Yeah, that was, what they used to go, and then they took that out of the game, and that's basically what Blade of the Ruined King became. And then they made the Blood Razor jungle item is actually inspired off of that. So
Mm-hmm. Even though literally nobody goes Blood Razor except for Master Yi and Shyvana.
yeah,
And I guess sometimes Jax, but even Jax.
even
is
Jack
like,
shouldn't. Yeah, very few champions actually get to use it and use it well.
Yeah.
Does team add an alternative item for Poppy? No. Should never get team out of Poppy.
Unfortunately, Poppy is just one of those champions. Even though she has Wave Player, it's not, I guess, a item you would want for Wave Player on her.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a really good escape there from Clovers as well, using the Steadfast Present to stop Hecarim from getting in. After his charge, right, when he auto takes you and does that leap, that does count as a movement spell, so Poppy does actually block that.
Yeah, but actually, it only procced at the last second of her W, so it actually timed out like right when he went in.
Yeah.
So-
Right.
Uh-oh. You see it?
That's unfortunate. They're gonna back off and probably pause here.
Yep. Here we go.
Yeah, but so his W actually does count as a movement spell when he's doing the auto attack charge. His ult, however, is unstoppable, meaning Steadfast Presence will not stop it because he will fly until he reaches his destination.
Actually, that's the speed spell.
Say what?
His E is the speed spell.
Did I say his W? Whoops.
Yes.
My bad. I meant to say E.
Like his W and steadfast presence, I'm like, this is E.
Well, White reconnected, so we should be getting back in here any second now. They're probably not going to be pushing up on this. No wave anymore. Going to make that difficult.
Nobody has really called for ours yet, though. So, and right now we are still under. We did say, what was that? 12.5?
7.5, 12.5. Good God.
7.5.
12.5 neutral objectives?
Oh my
How
god.
long do you think this is going to go?
Whoops.
It'll be like 3 barons and 3 elders and...
Yeah. We are currently at 4 with 1 herald and 3 dragons.
Yep.
So, need 1 more dragon. Actually, is there 1 more dragon, or is the next one elder?
No, there will be another dragon.
Okay. So I can still technically force the 1 more dragon, get elder, and baron.
Yeah.
But let's see, 1 elder, 1 baron. That's 2 dragons. 5, 6. That would still only just be 7 if they got 1 dragon, 1 elder, and 1 baron.
Yeah, it would have
So
to be
that
2 barons and 1 elder.
Yeah. Or even 2 elders. But
Or 2 elders, but
generally-
that's a lot less likely because elder has a much longer respawn than baron does.
Yeah. Actually, have we ever seen like a single double elder this game or this season?
Oh yeah, multiple. Several.
Really?
You've casted some of those games.
I just don't remember like I feel like I've seen like team fights around them and then people just don't ever get the second elder and then the game just ends. Like it's like what I've seen. Like I've never seen anybody actually get the second elder. Like I've seen them spawn, but I don't recall anybody actually getting them.
Oh yeah, you've casted those games where they've gotten them. I'm pretty sure at least. Oh, hopefully this game can start up.
I guess Soccer said pre-break quick.
That's fantastic. Okay.
But then he said we're R like shortly after that, so I guess they're still waiting on Goo.
Yep.
Goo has not said it ready. That was a very fast P break. He said P break, and then literally 1 second later, we back.
They got lots of bottles.
Yeah. But honestly, I still like even if I like unless I absolutely had to, like if I was at work and I like ran like a landscaping thing and like then I would like in my trailer. Like if I absolutely had to go. But like at my house, like if I have a toilet, like I'm just gonna say fuck it. I'm gonna take a break for a minute, go back in the toilet, sorry, but Like I would just go to the toilet. I wouldn't be able to pee in a bottle like that. It'd feel too disgusting.
All right, well, the game is starting back up. It's going to be pretty exciting.
For
Yeah,
Trundle here.
Hakram trying to catch out the Trundle. Let's see if he's able to get anything done. Zog is here, but Xylantis on the back. Looks like he's going to be able to land a nice headbutt pulverized, but the Polymorph will stop him from advancing there.
Yeah, and for once, there we go. He actually saw a polymorph. It didn't really think it mattered too much, but at least we did finally see it, unless they just haven't been seeing it in all games. So
Yeah.
that could also be like the Alistair combos from last game. Like, I didn't see a single Alistair combo all game, I swear.
Yeah, DoV though.
Ooh,
Nice flash in from
Alistair.
Xylantis. He's going to find his way onto Zog and the Unstoppable Onslaught as well. And we used to knock them up, and Zog going to be able to get his ult off, but I think he's going to just trade his life for. They do pick up one kill. Now Clovers wants to try and get his way onto Death Day, but Orphan going to be the one tanking the towers. They're chasing forward with the Chomp. They've left the Echo by himself in that top lane, but a 3-man knockup is going to be able to stop the advance here. But Mango, Triss doesn't want to take this fight at half health, and they need to worry about their base. So they're just going to trade the 1-for-1, lose a tower over it, and call it good.
And again, that's DoV. It's like, it's 3v4. Kaisa has 0 mana. Their tanks aren't going to do anything. They're already running for you. I get some of them are low, but Echo's not going to take your base that quick.
I mean, he's got Lich Bane, so he's going to take it at an okay speed now.
He could, but he was only just getting their tier 2 when they were chasing him out. So that's why it's like, I feel like they honestly should have taken that fight.
They probably should have kept going, yeah. The weird part for me has been DoV's lane allocations. They keep sending Sakura to deal with Zog. I mean, with White, not with Zog. When they should be sending Zog, right? Because an AD carry, you're not going to be able to out-wave clear an Echo, and Echo's just going to threaten to kill you. Whereas Zog, if he's matching that Echo, can at least wave clear at an adequate pace, and if Echo does go aggressive onto him, should be able to get some good trades off. So I don't know why they keep sending the AD carry there. They should be having Zog go over, especially with TP.
It could just be more fear of, while he does have a chance of being able to save himself, at the same time, he still can get one shot. And they probably feel that having Mel's mid lane is still safer than having Triss mid lane. Because if a Triss dies, yeah, they can still push and probably out team fight you with the Kaisa, but at least the Malzahar can still save a team fight with his ult. So rather than having him get one shot by the Echo, they have the Triss go up there. So even if she dies, it's probably not that bad.
Possibly.
But looks like they're actually going to be going for the Baron.
Yeah, they just get to straight up start the Baron. DoV have no way into the pit, no flash for the Trundle, so it's going to go over free to them.
But yeah, that's just my theory.
I mean, possibly, but like if that's the case, then whatever they're doing mid lane is just wrong. If the Tristana is going to be in trouble, because the only hard engage there is Alistair, and she's got Rocket Jump, so she should be able to escape no matter what. Whereas if, say, something does go wrong and they've got a Malzahar on the side, the Malzahar should at least be able to shove the Echo in and not have to leave lane and lose a tower over it. Whereas a Tristana not going to be able to get that done, so... Xylantis looks like he wants to go for something aggressive, posturing pretty heavily. They're going to be going all in onto him as the headbutt going to knock the Tristana out of the fight, but a nice knock-up from the Lulu. Going to do a lot now. Tristana trying to kite away from the Hecarim as he's now the one being focused in the backside as he gets ulted, but he's going to use the QSS. Zog gets burst down immediately. The Rusty Squeezewalk still alive, still going in with his ult as well, but a ultimate from White going to be able to pick up a double kill for himself, trading forward a nice decimation that lands onto Lulu. He's going to go down in a triple kill for Kaisa, and with the Baron at 32 minutes, Goo Factory are probably going to be able to end this since they just got an ace.
Oh, was that another Quadra? I swear I saw her get 4.
No, Echo got a double kill.
Yeah, they are calling out the GGs. Looks like that is game. They do end it. And that is Goo winning 2-1.
Yep, taking the set 2-1 versus DoV. Gonna be in a pretty good spot after that. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at some numbers.
Under 1. Woo!
Woo! What do you think for MVP that game?
Honestly, I'm thinking Rengar. He did a lot around the map. The early dives, volleying, I think, really hard shut them down. They really were not able to get going at all. Like I was talking about before with Lulu being squishy earlier in the series. When they picked Lulu, Lulu was just too squishy early, and she never really got a chance to get any items to really keep herself alive. And even when she did have ulti, it was still really not enough to really stop the Rengar from killing her. So he really punished the bot lane, got the bot lane ahead, and then also he was able to go top lane and even dive the Poppy and Trundle a couple times. So
Yeah,
honestly, I think he played his ganks really well.
he did do
Despite having a few weird ones, he definitely got the team ahead.
he did do pretty solid. I think I would have said Xylandis. Got so many just really strong engages off on the Alistar, and every time Rengar was going in, Xylandis was landing 2-man knockups and engages to help Rengar even get there. Um, and he definitely
Yeah, he had a
he hit
good
his
too.
combos most of the time this game, and he didn't do a random run at the enemy team and dive them mid lane to get ulted and fun. But
Yeah, I guess either or.
I'd probably say Xylandis for game. But what do you think for set
For
MVP?
set, what did we do for last game?
Uh, Last game I believe was White on the Akali.
Dang it. I was hoping it was somebody we already voted for, not somebody different. Uh, I guess that we could go Rengar, because both games, like, he really did kind of play well. Or Xylandis. Like, either of those two really played well and got the team what they needed, and then White was able to do what he had to do to win.
Yeah, sure. All
But
right.
definitely either Xylandis or Rengar.
Yeah, I'll pull Rengar in here.
How was that noise?
That was me groaning because I'm tired.
It was a groan?
Yeah, it was like a groan of despair.
It's like whatever.
Yeah, dude. All right, we got Rengar up in here. How's it going, man?
Hey, dude. What up?
Not a whole lot. Congrats on the 2-1, the turnaround set.
Wait, repeat that.
I said congrats on the 2-1, the turnaround set.
Thank you, sir.
So how is the what's the character's name? Hecarim pick working out for you? Because I know you've been playing that a lot more lately. Um, I,
Well, no one wants to give me farm and junglers, and I keep eating ban, so now I ride horses.
you ride horses. That's fair. Uh, Hecarim definitely can farm pretty decently though, despite not being like one of the main hard farming junglers. What are your thoughts on does Skarner fall under the bitch mobile for you in terms of jungle picks?
I mean, I've been working on Skarner low key a little bit, but I don't know. Hecarim's like more of a champion I like because Skarner doesn't do as much damage. Hecarim, obviously, as you saw all games, you just pop Predator and Ghost every time it's up and just run at people,
It
Yeah.
is
and you
pretty
kill
similar
everything.
to Rengar too, except it gives you that ability to be tanky and also still get to the back line. So
Yeah, and plus Triforce, and like if Hecarim gets ahead, it's kind of,
yeah,
GG. He can't really do
It's
anything.
yeah, it can definitely be scary. Um, I'm kind of brain shot right now. What was I gonna say? Well, welcome back to the desk. We had you on once, didn't we? Or did we
Nope,
tried to bring
I
you in
missed the
and
first one.
right, and
Even though every set
you
I've
got
played, I've
sidetracked. All right. Well, congrats for finally making it on. You got the MVP of the set. You did really
missed
well in
three.
game one, even though it was a little rough regardless. But game two, that Herald push. Go ahead and tell me a little
Yeah.
bit about
yeah.
that.
What was going on there? Because like I mean, I guess both sides it was like, what on earth are these decisions? Because like either team was
Honestly,
like,
once we got the Herald, it was just we just kept going top, and we saw Talon bottom. I don't know why he didn't ever come back because he probably would have got like a quad, but we just kept going. We were just like screaming about ending the game. But yeah,
how was the comms at that time? Were they pretty normal?
literally
Or?
screaming at the top of our lungs. Every one of us.
Could you understand anybody else?
Uh, Honestly, half of the team speaks Spanish.
Oh,
So it's actually really weird because like White will make a call and then he'll tell me something in Spanish and I think he's flaming me, but I'm not really sure. So
sounds like a pretty fun environment to be in.
yeah, I mean it's definitely more of a team environment than I am used to.
All right. Well, you guys are still in the pits. You still have to win like every single game and all your rematches to make it into playoffs.
If people would give me Graves, it'll happen.
If they
Stop
give you
banning
Graves,
me.
it'll happen probably. But I mean, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, how's the team morale going forward?
I mean, we're taking it one game at a time, and we just gotta focus. And first game we didn't play stuff we normally play, so it was kind of weird. I don't know why we did it, but uh, like going forward, you know, you kind of know what we're gonna play. Saw in Twitch chat a few people saying all we do is run at you, but I mean, if you can't stop us running at you, we're just gonna keep doing it. So
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe we should start seeing some Jana picks.
Being a new team, for a question I have, even though you guys did come in mid-season, any plans to possibly come back next season? Should we able to get that up and running again?
I mean, I have no idea. White's captain. I'm just playing.
Ah,
Will I be back next season? Who knows?
Nobody will ever know.
Obviously, I have to defend my crown
not. Yeah.
as King MVP.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and see who you guys have to play against. You guys play against TPR next. That should be a pretty fun set to watch. And then next week, you guys face off against Amp. Whew. Okay.
Yep.
So
last place versus the new first
you
place.
you haven't gotten to play against Bliss yet, have you?
I played Bliss yesterday, but I
Okay.
mean, I don't know if I'd quantify it as like me actually playing against Bliss because there's a lot of outside factors into our game,
Sure.
which kind of sucked. But I mean,
All right. Well,
Bliss needs to get banned again.
Jesus.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, that'll be fun. That's what I'm excited for because Bliss is an alpha jungler who plays beta champions, and you're an alpha jungler who plays alpha champions. So we'll see who
so
gets the better
obviously
end of that matchup.
who the true alpha is.
Right,
I actually forgot we said that about this.
dude. That's my
There's
my
a
favorite
meme.
ongoing story about Bliss.
Alpha Jungler played a chance.
He's an alpha player in a beta body. So. But that's gonna be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to that. Tomorrow's matchup should be interesting, but I'm more so excited about the Amp one.
Yeah, I mean, we're just looking forward to each individual game. There's really no bad teams. Everyone just kind of does their own thing, but people don't look at each other's styles.
Yeah,
Except
that's
they just
that's
look at champions, which is kind of, annoying because I get all my champions taken away. But it's whatever. you
yeah,
know?
that's one thing I will say that's actually really nice about this season compared to last season. Like last season, like you had your clear top and like bot teams. Like this season, like even though it's kind of fallen off from what it was like 2 weeks ago, like even like the bottom teams are still basically middle of the pack teams.
Yeah,
So
and
it's like,
not for nothing. Like everyone says, we're in last place, but this is a new team, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that like we always say, like you guys had to take somebody else's records, so I mean you're basically only getting your
Yeah,
matches.
like you got to
from
do what you got to
rematches.
do. If you inherit a bad record, that's what you got to do. But we all
Yeah.
have a positive mentality, and 100% win rate. So yeah,
How do you guys actually
it's not just
plan your rematches? Like, are you guys just kind of doing most of them like during the week whenever you guys can, or?
yeah. I mean, it's like whenever we have downtime. Like I don't really have that much time as I used to because I'm doing EMT school, so it takes up a lot of time. But, yeah,
That's fair. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna get the stream offline here in a minute. So thanks for coming in. Congrats on the 2-1 win. And yeah, I guess we'll see if we see you tomorrow.
thanks, man. Later.
Adios. All right. Like I was saying, I'm gonna turn off here. Probably shut my eyes for about 20 minutes. We'll be back at 6 CST for the next set, which is going to be Olympic versus Amp. Definitely one of the more hyped matches of this weekend. So tune in for that, and yeah, we'll be back.